I thought it was you doing it, and then I realized you were sleeping.
This cabinet?
Yeah.
So a ghost was opening this?
Well, something kept opening it like this.
Really?
And in the middle of the night, I would be like, oh, the cabinet's open. That's weird. And so I would close it back up.
Looks
Maybe
like
it
it.
just falls
Yeah,
open.
I was gonna say.
Never mind.
Well, why did it open in the first place, though?
I have no idea. It's weird. That's what I'm saying. It kept doing it. And why did it stay closed that one time?
I'm so glad I got this book. It is really good so far. It's really helping me understand trauma and my own trauma, and it's just really good. I really recommend it. Okay, what is your life advice?
My life advice is to just chill. Don't sweat the small stuff. Pick your battles, because most of them are not worth it. And live in the present moment.
Wow, that's
Pick
like
your
you
battles.
rehearsed that.
Pick your nose, but not during COVID.
Anything else? Any other life advice?
Uh, get over it. If trauma happens, which it happens to all of us,
Yeah,
don't dwell on it.
yeah.
Get over it. Get busy. Get involved with people. Get involved in a mission, a project, and forget about yourself.
I mean, I think that's when I tell you all the time, I always, I mean, not that I'm saying avoid ever doing your shadow work, but I think that it's a good idea to help other people when you're feeling like some kind of way.
Yeah, basically just focus on something other than yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be happy. And just say, I'm going to be happy.
Yeah.
Today, I'm going to be happy.
Affirmations.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alicia starts every day with affirmations.
I know she does. She told me.
She's really good about it.
That's good. And some days, it's funny. These days I'm very positive, and I like to be around positive.
Yeah.
I don't like negativity,
Yeah.
But there's some days, and I can't figure out what it is, but there's once in a great while where no matter how much you try, you feel like shit.
Yeah. I had a
And
day like that
negative.
kind of yesterday.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
just happens sometimes,
So
I guess.
it happens. Just mood changes.
The problem, I think that what you have to really do is like not punish yourself when you're feeling that way, because I tend to
Right.
sort of punish myself when
Me
I'm
too.
feeling like when I'm like, everything's good right now. Why am I being a dick? Like, why am I so negative?
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll even just say to myself from myself,
Hmm.
I
I know what you mean. When you get older and you get my age, you tend to want to dwell on all the mistakes you made in your life.
Oh, really?
And and you feel so profoundly ashamed
Oh, that sucks.
of all the mistakes, and there's plenty of them. But then you have to cope with that. And
I hope you let that go, because in the overall scheme of things, given your skill set, I think you did. I mean, you had no parenting, you had no fucking love as a kid, no kind of comfort or compassion shown to you. I think, all things considered, you could have done way worse. You could have been a raging alcoholic, drug addict. You could have been like really abusive. You know what I mean? Like, I think overall you did very well.
Yeah, thanks. That's what everybody says, but I'm setting higher standards for myself in my next life.
Yeah.
So
Oh, well, I hope we all do.
hopefully, hopefully I'll do much better in my next life. And I think I shouldn't have had kids, because I didn't know how to parent, and it's so stressful.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
That's why Alicia's not 100% sure that she wants to have children. 'Cause
Yeah.
she's like,
I get
I
it.
really don't know how to relate to children and whatever.
Well, I'm thinking about adopting. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, don't adopt someone else's problems.
I was going to say, just be careful.
I know.
And I know that sounds shitty as a vegan who's trying to be an ethical vegan. Like, it sounds shitty, but I just think, like, why would you want to take on somebody else's crap?
Right.
We already have historically all of our own, sort of inherited, through our ancestors, trauma and crap that we're trying to heal.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you want to bring on somebody else's,
Well, they used to teach us in psychology that a child's like a blank slate.
Yep.
Blank slate. And everything is you conditioning them.
Yep.
And the environment, and especially the parents, especially the mother, of course. You know,
everything falls on us.
But
Right.
guess what? That's true. There's environment, you know, nurture, but there's also every
Nature.
child has its own basic personality.
Yeah.
I knew that when Susie was 3 months old and she was throwing a fit in the crib.
I never threw fits.
I couldn't believe it. 3 months old.
Yes.
You know,
What did I want? What need
I
was
have
being met?
no.
Was I hungry?
I was amazed.
Was I hangry?
You were pissed off about something.
Was I hangry? I was probably hungry. Knowing me, I was probably
Maybe.
hungry.
But you know, I learned with all my children that they come with their own basic personality, and yes, you influence them, make them better or make them worse.
I mean, for my own experience, I don't know if you want me to talk about Monte on this or not.
I can cut it out.
Okay, so for my own experience, I feel like I pretty much parented them both the same way,
Yes.
the two of them. If anything, I might have been a little closer to Devontae, you know, when he was growing up and stuff, because I could relate to him more because she had that artistic left brain kind of a no sense of urgency thing,
Right.
whereas that was always difficult for me back then. But to parent them both the same way and just to have one child that just hates my guts, like literally just thinks I'm the devil personified.
Yeah.
For me, like having done my shadow work and come to terms with it and you know, admitted my wrongdoings and having apologized and whatnot,
Yeah.
at some point I just gotta be like, I guess sometimes you can raise them the exact same and they're not gonna turn out to both be kind, compassionate individuals,
Exactly.
you know?
Yeah. Well,
So-
he's definitely got the Capricorn personality.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah. Well, and Capricorns use things.
Yeah.
They use
Yeah.
knowledge, people, ideas,
People.
and they don't do it maliciously.
No, I know. Everything's a tool for them.
Yeah, exactly.
Well-
Aries, where it's I am, so it's all about us. Aries, we're very much self-focused, you know.
Really?
Yeah, I am is our thing.
What's Scorpio?
I'm not sure. I'd have to check that out, but it's very interesting.
I think Taurus is I have.
Huh?
I think Taurus was I have.
I have. Yes, of
I
course.
think.
Of course, Taurus is also about security.
Yeah.
You must feel secure,
Yeah.
you know, in your life, in your relationships, everything. You
Ain't that
have
the
to
truth?
feel secure.
Yeah.
And they do, yeah. Beautiful things are important to them, and they love to accumulate and collect
Yeah,
things.
even somebody like her who's a total minimalist, she has certain things that she likes, whether it's her crystals or her books or, you know, her journal. Like there's certain things that she's very attached to that have to be just so for
Remember
her to feel
all her
security.
little Pokemon when she
Oh, I
was
love
little?
that. I used to love
And
that.
she'd spend hours
Hours, Alicia, hours.
arranging them.
I
Yeah.
mean, other
Then
kids
she'd
would
go
be
over
like
here.
playing video games and doing all kinds of like weird, destructive shit, and you'd just be like setting shit up very methodically
Yeah.
That's true. I did do that.
for hours.
Oh, yeah.
The only child that would leave her own birthday party
Right, to go organize her Pokemon.
to go be by herself.
Yeah.
She's like, too many people, I'm out. Fuck off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I understand that. Well, she's basically introvert also. What is your Myers-Briggs?
It fluctuates between INFJ and INFP.
INFJ. Yeah, I could see the perceiving, the P.
Yeah.
Not,
I think
Yeah.
it's more INFP.
that's artistic.
Yeah.
Artistic. Yeah, the J is more like us. We
Yeah.
have things. We have to have an answer. We have to be very clear about stuff.
I don't know. She's pretty black and white these days.
Yeah.
She's getting more that way.
Getting.
I
She's-
definitely need answers.
Well, it
She's
can
definitely
change.
one way. Like she's definitely like, this is the way and this is the mindset. She doesn't deviate. She's
Yeah.
very strong-willed and very set in her convictions and her belief system. Extremely
well, I just want to find truth.
so. Yeah.
Yeah.
But your truth isn't necessarily the truth. Usually
That's
it is,
true.
but it's not necessarily.
That's
It's,
true.
you know.
Each of us have our own truth.
Yeah.
But I think there are some universal,
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Absolutes.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
you know, that we could all agree on if we were all smart enough. But that can change. You know, that can change your preferences. It's just a matter of preferences. And that can change over time. Now, Hamza, he's extrovert. He's very, very
Social.
intuitive, very social. Has Gemini.
I always think he's a Gemini. I keep forgetting he's
He has
an Aries.
a lot of Gemini.
He reminds me so much of a Gemini.
He's
Gemini.
Aries.
Very.
But you can really see the Aries too.
Really?
Yeah. And feeling. He's feeling. I'm thinking. Mine is thinking. I'm always in my head thinking. You're feeling?
Yeah.
Feeling, yeah. But it's very interesting.
I think it changes as you get older, though, because
It
I
does.
definitely am not. Like, I feel like I was much more introverted when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
My ideal job would have been working in a warehouse by myself somewhere.
Yeah,
But I think that's partially. I spit everywhere. I think it's partially because all alone I was an empath and people drain me. They drain the shit out of me.
Tell me. I
No,
definitely get drained.
Well, I never
get
noticed
exhausted.
that earlier, and I mean, like earlier on in my life when I would get so exhausted by people, because I tend to be extroverted. I never realized that they were draining me. Even good, positive, fun people.
Yeah.
Like even that's why my best friend is Jeff, because he knows when to leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah.
Like he and I really know when to like give each other space and back off.
Oh, that's
Keegan
good.
and Elise.
There's a kitten. He's stray, probably. He's got an ear tip.
He does.
Yeah. He's so cute. Hello. Oh.
It's like you're getting kind of close.
It's okay.
Kitty, 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 pretty kitty.
You're okay. This is cute.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Still it.
I should do that out of my old clarinet stuff. Doesn't this remind you of the movie Click?
I don't know what that is.
With Adam Sandler. That's actually a deep-ass movie. Okay, so this is the greatest day ever because I think I just accidentally, while I was trying to turn this lamp off, I think I just accidentally found what appears to be a penis confetti. I'm keeping this. Like, this is the best thing ever. I'm so lucky. Yeah.
Is this a single family home?
This thing?
Or is it an apartment? I think it's a single family home.
I don't know.
Oh my god.
Let's knock on the door and ask. Please.
So beautiful. It's kind of dirty.
You can have cheesy, delicious food without torturing and murdering babies.
I don't have any cash yet. I gotta get cash. You guys don't take credit cards, I see. Oh, you do? Yeah. Oh, beautiful.
It's so interesting to look at what everybody leaves for their family on their graves. It's kind of like they're setting up altars and they're being a little witchy and they don't even know it. It's also really fascinating. We saw a baby that was 2 days old. We saw a 30-year-old. We saw a 4-year-old. It's crazy to see young people's graves. But I like to come to graveyards to kind of think about my own mortality, and I feel like that can be a really good thing because then it makes you think about what you're doing while you're here and what's important and what's not. Because I think our society, I've heard people say that our society hides death from us so much, almost so that we can be even more intertwined with our egos and things that don't matter, like money and material things. It's almost like they purposely hide us from these opportunities to really think about what matters through mortality. I also wanted to pop in here and say that we did run into a ghost experience while at this graveyard, and the story about that is at the end of this vlog.
We found another vegan.
I have to get this story on the vlog because I can't believe okay, start over.
Alright, so I was in the bathroom and there was
And the rest stop here.
and then there was a lady and she was like, and after like the 4th time I was like, maybe try eating some fruits and vegetables a little bit less meat and cheese. I was like, that's not normal.
I can't believe you said anything.
It's like you've never met me or something. I don't get it.
How do you have so much like confidence to just say things?
I mean, honestly, it was out of pure love for her because she was ripping her asshole in half. I didn't want her to have to fucking rip her asshole in half. Poor thing. She was very uncomfortable. You heard her, right?
I heard the beginning, but I left before you did.
Oh my god. It got violent. She was like, her asshole was like ripping open on the fucking stool. She was probably sweating and shit. Knees were lifting up, fucking feet were coming up off the floor.
Can we just have a moment so I can express how much I love shitting and how much I miss him?
Oh, spice? Are we getting spice? The anger from me leaving is starting to come out. It is April and I love the calendar picture for the month, and it's going to be a really good month. I have the Pretty Reckless and Seether to see, and I have my birthday and a birthday party. Here's our spring altar. I actually don't think I've shown it yet. This is our spring altar so far. And then our gorgeous, amazing bushes are blooming. What is wrong with the camera? So exciting. So I'm working on my commission piece again. I worked on it last night for a while. I forgot to film. I'm really frustrated with this dog because I totally exaggerated the angle and now I have to like bring everything back, and this will be my 3rd time trying to redraw this dog's face and head shape, and yeah. I always say this, but the hardest part of the drawing is the proportions. There's a lot of artists out there who actually just straight up trace the proportions and solely focus on shading. It's always really frustrating to have to erase a huge chunk of the drawing that you've already spent hours or an hour or so trying to get right, perhaps multiple times, because you never got it right on any of those attempts. And then you feel like bad about erasing all that progress, but it's just something that you have to do. You have to let go of the fact that you spent time on that. It's always better to let go and start over and do it right than to try and spend even more hours trying to force something that is not correct about the drawing because you refuse to let go of that part of the drawing because you had spent time on it.
So I was just watching Shane Dawson's new video, which never thought he'd ever make a video again. Whatever, he's controversial, but the topic interested me and I've been watching it, and he's doing this exercise on it where you think of a place or whatever, and then another person writes down what comes to their, what pops into their brain, and you're supposed to try and guess the place based on what pops into your brain. And so I was doing it, and the words I got were orange, captain, sprinklers, sunny day, windfall, destruction, antelope, fairyland, clouds, white puffy, angels, historic, landmark, elevator, buttons, dessert, factory, cheese, open hotel room, wet. So most of these words are like far out, right? But the three words that are so correct, dessert, factory, and cheese. And when this came up, I'm like, I'm an ethical vegan, obviously, so I'm like, fuck cheese, why am I thinking of cheese? But the place is Cheesecake Factory. So dessert, factory, and cheese. What? I'm gonna try to do this with Keegan when he gets here. So what this kind of tells me about, I'm not surprised necessarily that I got it so spot on accurate, because I do pick a card readings on YouTube, and I do a lot of tarot for myself, and I meditate, and I'm always tapping into that sort of shit, like my higher self and whatnot. But I think the lesson I'm taking away from this is that not everything that you channel is true or even remotely related. So you have to know how to pick through and find what's legit. And perhaps more than half of it is not related. So I don't know, something to think about, perhaps. By the way, I don't want to forget to tell this story. When we were visiting this graveyard, my mom went and sat at this gravestone that had a bench next to it. And I was somewhere else. And she noticed like the person was really young. And so she pulled out her calculator to do like, the year she died minus the year she was born to find out how old she was. And she said that it kept doing funny things with the calculator, whether it was adding time or just giving a nonsense answer like negative 1,000 whatever or something like that. And then when I came and sat, she did it again, and then it came out to 24. And then she did it again after that, and I watched her do it. I didn't see her make any mistakes, and then it came out with the answer negative 2,000 blah blah blah. And so we thought that that person was like a jokester and that she was doing it, but I didn't film anything because I don't want to be disrespectful and I don't want to like put their name out there, but that was pretty cool.
Thank you so much for watching my vlog. Please subscribe and stick around, give some other vlogs a chance. If you are not yet vegan, listen to the TEDx talk Every Argument Against Veganism and watch the documentary Dominion, both on YouTube. Support my main channel, Alicia Demi. It's always linked below. Also always linked below is another channel that I do with my boyfriend called Deep Life Chats, where we talk about deep shit about life. It's really nice. It's a nice place to hang out. Don't forget to wipe your asshole really thoroughly next time you take a shit. Okay, have a beautiful day. Bye.